Hey everybody, how are you doing? Today I wanted to share with you just real quick how addiction almost took my life. So, the year was 2020. I was heavily wrapped up in my addiction. At this point in time, I was using methamphetamine every single day, all day, every day. And to calm down, I would drink vodka because that was what I preferred. And this was on a daily basis. So by this point in my addiction, I was really struggling. Um, in 1 week, I had gotten super sick. Like I started throwing up blood and I was getting really, really weak. So for this week, I ended up fainting, like at the hotel, all strung out on drugs, partying in a hotel room. I fainted actually 3 times that week and woke up to being slapped, headed for an ambulance. Like, I just remember one time the EMT telling me, we have to give you this shot or you're going to die and your blood sugar is really low, or all this stuff. I was so out of it. That week, I ended up in the hospital 3 separate times. And when I did finally the third time, when I went, they found that I had burned a hole in my esophagus. So your esophagus is right here. It's like where you eat your food. You literally need it to get all the nutrients and everything into your body, right? So I had a big hole right here in my esophagus. And I couldn't keep anything down. I was constantly throwing up. I was really sick, but I had lost so much blood that I was fainting. It was super, super scary time. I had to have a blood transfusion. And I remember I was so out of it during that time that I didn't even want to have a blood transfusion. The thought of someone else's blood in my body made me feel sick, yet I was using dope and alcohol. Like sometimes my thinking is deranged and I don't even know. I didn't even want it, honestly. I was so hopeless and helpless at that point in my addiction that dying just sounded better to me. I didn't believe that I could be sober or that I had the strength to be sober. And I just remember thinking, like, I just hope that I die. Like, this is way too much for me. The doctors were doing all these tests. I had to stay in the hospital about a week. And during that time, the doctor was like, he told me you will never be able to drink or do drugs again because they were very aware of my drug usage and my alcohol consumption. And I just remember thinking, like, I could never, at this point in my life, in my addiction, go without drugs or alcohol. Like, I thought they were smoking themselves. Like, there was no way I was at the point where I was gonna stop drinking or using. Even after some of those hospital appointments and doctor's appointments, I got high to go to those appointments. Like, which when I think about it now, it's just so crazy. Like, addiction definitely had the depths of my soul, and those chains were so strong and so heavy on me that at that time in my life, I could not think about getting sober. I remember I would just pray and I would cry, and I just felt so trapped and so stuck, and like I couldn't even remember what life was before addiction at that point in time. So I just wanted to share like a little piece of my story with you guys. Like I'm definitely interested in hearing in your guys' story. And I want everyone to know that like no matter how far addiction takes you, like for me, I almost lost my life. I was seconds away from losing my life. I mean, I was rushed in ambulances 3 times in that 1 week. But for me, recovery is possible and it's possible for you too. And I just want people to know that.